Hi, Ross.
Mate, how you doing?
I'm all right. How are you today?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks, mate. Yeah, good. Happy to be on your radio show. Would you like me to tell you about my circus club coming up then, I suppose? Sure.
Did you run away with a circus?
Uh, not senses. I sort of did a little bit. I didn't run away and join the circus and go off traveling with a big top. But I did sort of run away from what I thought I was going to do in life and to join the circus when I was younger, in my teens. I did a lot of stilt walking and fire spinning with Swamp Circus in Falmouth, and then went off to uni. I those circus things. Um, but yeah, it was great. What can I say?
How old was you when you joined?
Well, I was 15 at the time when I first joined community circus here. And yeah, it was. I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do for a career, and yeah, it sort of took me by surprise that things like stilt walking and fire spinning I could actually make a career out of, to be honest. So just went from there, really.
How long it takes to learn the circus tricks?
Oh, it all depends on what you're good at, I suppose. You can spend all your life perfecting your tricks to get harder and harder. It all depends. That's the good thing about the circus. There's so many different things: acrobats, juggling, balancing. Everyone can find whatever they're good at naturally and what their passion is, and all depends how much practice you're willing to put in to how good you get at it. I suppose really. Probably took me about 2 weeks to get juggling three balls. That's a bit more of a technical answer for you to start off with.
Are you scared of clowns or do you think they are funny?
Um, uh, I think they're funny. I mean, it's a hard question. A lot of people are scared of clowns. It depends if they're good clowns or not, I suppose. Clowning is an art in itself. I thought of the face paint. It's a funny thing in performing, especially with mask work. If you cover up your face, if you cover up your mouth, especially, or your nose, or really plaster your face with makeup, a lot of people find that quite scary. So it's just a natural sort of thing with humans. I think they like to be able to see people's faces, but no, I don't find clowns scary. I love clowning myself.
Do clowns really have big feet?
um I know I do. I've got size 12 feet, so I would definitely say I'm a clown with big feet. But no, you can get specialist made shoes that are exceptionally big, but are comfortably fitting to your unique size, depending how big a clown's feet you got, I suppose.
Your circus act?
My circus act. Well, I do all sorts, really. I suppose my specialty is stilt walking and fire spinning. And yeah, I suppose I do a lot of silly clowning on stilts. My main act this year and last year was it's the Tritus of the Deep. It's called. It's like a big stilt walking costume, sort of modeled on King Neptune or Poseidon, and it's all made out of ocean rubbish. Sort of most on the beach doing beach cleans and things. So that's sort of, yeah, our main act at the moment. But we try and come up with something new every year, or for different seasons, to have a new character or a new act that we can sort of push out there.
What's the biggest audience you've played for?
I'm trying to think. Quite a few, I suppose, in the hundreds, I suppose. Maybe 1,000 or more. I'm not sure. I do a lot of walkabout, sort of interactive sort of stuff, roaming through very busy crowds at events rather than on a main stage. But yeah, Glastonbury a few years ago was pretty big, I'd say. Yeah, it was a crazy amount of people coming back and forth. But yeah, great experience.
How many jokes do you have to remember for your performances?
Difficult question, really. I don't know. I do a lot of, like I said, a lot of interactive stuff myself for street theatre. So it's not so much remembering lines or jokes and rehearsing. I do a lot of improvised sort of stuff, just having fun and joking with people quite a lot. I did work and live in Northern Ireland for a while, and a lot of the stilt walkers over there, they have loads and loads of terrible jokes in their head. They just reel off the kids all the time. But yeah, it's a bit of a new sort of thing to me, to be honest. Plays and being quite good at remembering lines myself. But yeah, I think with all these things, the more you do it, the more you find it easier to remember all these things, and they just come to you, really. But yeah, I can't really answer how many jokes I know on the top of my head. Sorry.
What is your best memory in show business?
Oh, um, tricky one, I suppose. I think to be honest, the most rewarding thing I find about it is actually teaching, to be honest with you. Doing circus workshops with kids and teenagers, and just working with young people who are very shy, and just seeing them they're good at, and just help them come out of their shell and just grow their confidence. I think, yeah, doing community shows like that, just little small community shows just of groups of young people together, I think is probably the most rewarding, sort of the best memories. But sure, again, yeah, Glastonbury, or years ago went to France and did a couple of shows there. That was pretty spectacular, going through is it Amiens, I think it was called, the city there. And yeah, that was very interesting. We were like we did a sort of alien trash junk band, sort of silver aliens going through the town, sort of as outsiders coming to a new place for the first time. And that was pretty incredible, because we really were in a new place that we've never been before. That was quite alien to us, so that was pretty good.
How do you make the circus more entertaining?
Entertaining, more entertaining.
Yeah, how do you make the circus more entertaining?
How do I make sex more entertaining? Well, just bringing different things to it, I suppose. I did, instead of going to a circus school, there's one in Bristol and one in London, different ones around. I went to Winchester University and got a degree in street arts, and yeah, we did a lot of clowning and making costumes and street theatre and site-specific work. So, sorry, it's my kid running around outside there. So yeah, I think what me and my wife do with our little company, Hotchpotch Performance, is bring a lot of theatricality and visual costumes and different elements into what sort of work we do. I think that's what really interests us, is bringing different art forms together. I know there's a lot of amazing circus out there with great skills, but if you can bring some other homemade elements and some characters into it, to mix it up a bit.
Have you got any performances planned?
Yes. The summer's just over. We've just had an awful busy summer, to be honest with you. We're at St Ives Food and Drink Festival last weekend. But there's actually a little bit of a break now for a while, which is really nice. But yeah, I'll be down in I'll be doing some stilt walking in Falmouth in mid-December, I expect, and I'm talking to a couple of different people about, I'll probably be around the streets of Cornwall for some light switch-ons closer to Christmas, I expect. And I haven't actually got anything confirmed for Halloween yet, which is surprising, but I'm just quite enjoying the break right now, to be honest with you. It's been a busy summer.
Is there any circus workshops?
Yes, of course. A new adult circus club at the Circus Works Devon, between Truro and Falmouth tonight, actually, between welcome anyone, adults or teenagers with adults, to come along. We're going to be doing just quite basic stuff and just going through all the aspects of circus, really, the different disciplines. We'll start off some weeks in each discipline, and we'll do acrobats, equilibristics, so stilt walking, balancing, and that sort of thing, aerial sort of stuff like trapeze, and then we'll be doing some physical theatre, some clowning, and maybe a bit of a Christmas show as well. And yeah, it should be good fun. I was going to say, yeah, all stuff about my clubs on the website, hotchpotchperformance.co.uk, or the Circus Works Devon website.
What inspires you to run a circus?
Well, I think everyone that I know in the circus has a sort of a very early memory of sort of what inspired them to get interested in it, really. I went to Glastonbury when I was 9, and I saw some incredible stilt walking acts and big spectacle sort of processions, and I learned to stilt walk at some circus workshops there. And then I just picked it up years later in my sort of early mid-teens. I made myself some stilts and saw some fire spinning on the TV one night, and then ended up making myself some fire poi and spinning those around. And then, yeah, found out about the circus school in Falmouth a few years later, really.
What does circus means to you?
Circus. Well, I've worked a lot with community circuses that are sort of have a permanent base in a town or their own space somewhere, more than traveling circuses with big tops, to be honest. So community circus is mostly what I've been working with, and yeah, it just means a space that just welcomes all people from any backgrounds to just come and find whatever they're good at and to follow their passion, basically in a friendly, encouraging environment. And that's what's really special about the circus with groups of people in the circus to learn these skills.
What's the act that attracts most people?
Oh, all sorts really. I think the creativity and the visuals and the art is what I'd like to say, but I think in truth, I think it's danger, to be honest with you, and that idea of this and sort of escaping whatever it is in life you're doing with to go off to do something spectacular. Um, but yeah, danger, definitely. A lot of kids, they love fire, people juggling knives, people balancing on top of something really high or hanging off something really high. I think people just find that really exciting.
What's your favorite act?
My favorite act. Ooh, what that I've seen, or just a sort of favorite type of circus act?
Two of those.
Both two of those. Oh, okay. Well, I think yeah, stilt walking has to be my favorite. To be honest with you, I just things that roam around and sort of catch you by surprise that you sort of bump into at a festival, I think, or an event. I just find that yeah, incredible experience and really fun to do, and really fun to just be talking to people and be up close to people and just be there to help them have fun. Is really really great. Yeah, there's some incredible circus acts out there. Cool. Favorite one off the top of my head. I remember seeing a No Fit State Circus show when I was about 16 at the Roundhouse in London, and that was pretty incredible. That sort of blew my mind about what a circus could be. To be honest, it's sort of nothing like what you get at a traditional circus in the big top. It was just really dark and interesting and different, and yeah, really different experience, to be honest. Yeah, but there's a lot of amazing contemporary circus acts out there, and people that bring circus to new places in new ways in outdoor arts as well. So yeah, there's a whole world to explore there for anyone interested.
What are the best and worst about circuses?
Oh, the best and worst. Ooh, hard one. I think the best one is yeah, just working events. I think where people having fun. I think it's just a great place to be able to, yeah, earn money doing what you love to bring smiles to people's faces. I suppose the worst bit of it, there'd be a lot of traveling. It can be a lot of hard work. It can be working in the rain and getting wet, working outdoors. But it's totally worth it.
What kind of acts should the circus have?
What should the circus have? Sorry.
What kind of acts should the circus have?
What kind of acts? Oh, well, ones through all the disciplines, I suppose, like I mentioned, a bit of acrobats, acrobalance, aerial, clowning. A good clowning act is always good. Equilibristics, the other ones. I think clowning can be often, done well and not so well, but it's one of my favorite things, I think. And I think the best clowns are always the ones that have you laughing because they're just in their acts. They're always messing up and they're always making mistakes and they're always failing. But at the end of it, they are actually incredible, whatever trick they're going to do. So, if you have a clown that their whole act is just them trying to get onto the tight wire, but failing miserably and being hilarious. But at the end of it, they get on it and they are amazing and do all sorts of tricks. I think that's, one of my favorite things that any traditional circus, would be great to have an act like that, I'd say.
Do you agree that animals should never appear in a circus?
A tough one. I've only worked in all human circuses. I'd say most of them are contemporary circuses. Modern circus is definitely that sort of way inclined, but I don't know. I wouldn't work with them myself personally, but I think, if an animal's treated nicely and fairly, like, a dog doing tricks, for example, which loved and looked after, then sure, why not? But I wouldn't want to see any animal that wasn't treated fairly or unhappy in front of an audience of people, for sure. No. Totally depends on the trainer, really, and what sort of animal they are. And if they are they're human pets, they're used to being with humans. Some animals may be better off in the wild, but sure, open to opinion, isn't it?
What's your dream lineup in a circus?
I don't know. Dream just great music, I suppose, is another great thing to have in the circus when they have their own live music. That's great. Doing the tricks, some amazing interactive sort of things happening in different places. I really love shows that happen outdoors in different places and take you around to different places. To be honest, there's incredible companies do works and they take audiences around different ways to different spaces through alleys and into rooms and out of different places. And I think, just circuses that take the audiences on new experiences, I think is my dream lineup, just by authentic, homemade, creative, original stuff. Hard to answer that question, I think, but there you go.
How do we join in a circus?
Well, you can come to me club if you like, or there's a Circus Works Devon, have the space between Truro and Falmouth. They run all sorts of other classes, or you can talk to us about running private classes if you're interested, or just get in touch with us or other circuses that are around. There's all sorts of community circuses around and groups and clubs in different places if you just go looking for it. Just see what's out there. I learn a lot of stuff on YouTube, like a lot of people to start with, and like any skill in life, you need to put some practice in. So in case of meeting some people and putting some feelers out there and practicing some skills I suppose. But yeah, there's all sorts of people out there that can help you find a way in.
What have you been doing during lockdown?
Nah. I've been mostly gardening, to be honest with you. I do a bit of landscape maintenance here and there as a backup trade because it's quite seasonal. A lot of circus work. Um, but this past year, I've been doing admin to help the circus charity run the circus works as well. I also did an audio tour, like with some fairy stories, and put up some fairy houses and fairy doors at Heartlands in Poole, with the idea that people could go and listen to the stories and see the fairy houses and the fairy doors, and just go and experience a bit of a show, but not have to be if they don't want to. So you can check that out. That's on our website, Tiny Audio Tour. It's called at Heartlands. That's about it, to be honest with you.
What are you planning on next?
Oh, well, just getting these clubs running, to be honest. So I'm doing the adult circus club, but I'm also working with the Circus Works Devon. We're going to start for younger ages than they have done in the past. So I'm going to be there, my kids, old session and a 5 to 8 year old session on Monday daytimes, and about some Halloween and Christmas events at the moment. So yeah, I'm just quite busy behind the computer, sort of setting up some work and projects at the moment. And then that'll be us until the spring and next year, and more events start happening again, I suppose. I'd like to get running our own events as well in spring a bit more, because yeah, a lot of our stuff is at events that happen already, way we get booked. But yeah, we'd definitely like to start putting on a cabaret night or two here and there, and get our own festival going at some point. So sure, watch this space, I suppose.
Do you have any great party tricks?
Yeah. I don't really, since I've had kids, I don't really go to parties much, to be honest with you, though, mate. I used to have some good party tricks, apart from just juggling and balancing random things. I used to stick a nail in my nose and do that whole shebang, but that's a bit gross, to be honest with you. I spin a Rizzler on my finger, do some tricks with a Rizzler paper, but yeah, tend to be more into going to kids' birthday parties these days, to be honest. But yeah, I'll bring my circus kit and do a free workshop at my friend's kids' birthday parties. That's a pretty good trick. They quite like that.
What's your attitude for 2021?
My attitude? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It's a funny old time this past year or two, but with everyone wanting to do every event outdoors this summer, I've actually been really busy doing events. So yeah, I think next year is probably going to be quite similar. It's going to be a bit touch and go how things go, but yeah, I moved to, we were living in Northern Ireland for a couple of years there. We moved back to Cornwall last year, so it's been really nice to just do work in Cornwall again. And with my small kids here as well, I'm just, yeah, really happy to be back in Cornwall, and just can't wait to get things going on and get out in Cornwall more and perform to Cornish people, to be honest with you, next year. It's going to be great.
What's your favourite punchline to a joke?
Oh, you're really catching me off guard here, man, with these jokes. I don't know, man. I don't know. Oh, my favorite punchline to a joke. Oh, I'm not sure, mate. You're asking the wrong guy. Um, oh, I'll give you a really terrible one. Why is the what does the high rope walker go to the bank for?
I don't know.
To check his balance.
That's funny.
Should have thought of a better one there, but there you go. So, anything
I
I can come
like
up with on Monday.
it. How do you become a trapeze artist?
Well, you can go to the Circus Works Devon. A lady there called Gnome does a lot of freelance aerial classes. She's pretty good. She's been around Cornwall a long time, teaching a lot of people. And yeah, that's a great way to go. But yeah, apart from that, getting some lessons and joining some clubs and meeting some people is the best way, yeah, to practice, I suppose, to get yourself a trapeze and find somewhere to hang it up and practice.
What's it like to be running a circus, like on the streets?
On the streets, it's great. Yeah, it can be hectic, but I really love it. I think interesting place to work, and so many people in the street are just, they're rushing to get their lunch on the lunch break, or they want to go and get shopping, and a lot of people are just trapped in their own little world, and they don't talk to each other that, and they don't stop to look at things. And I think, yeah, to be in work in the street and to be someone that can just stop people and get them together to enjoy something together is yeah, great place to be working.
And one more thing, what are your
Hmm.
top tips to be to in the circus?
Top tips.
Yeah,
Well, practice. Yeah, to find some other people to practice with, I think is probably the best thing to do. But that's yeah, one of the good things about it is it brings people together, and if you can enjoy what if you can enjoy what you do, if you find something you enjoy practicing, then it's not work anymore. And I think that's the secret, I suppose. And then you don't mind practicing it, and then you getting good at it, and being able to show off talents and skills for the delight of other people and making people happy. That's, I suppose, is the aim of the game.
I just want to say thank you for me to interview you, Ross.
Oh, it's been a pleasure, mate. Thank you very much for having me on.
See you sometime when I'm joining a circus or something.
Sure, mate. You'll be more than welcome. You and Tom. Yeah, it'd be great. Pleasure.